You reach for your dog's collar to move him off the bed, and he growls before your hand even gets there. That growl doesn't automatically mean he's guarding the bed, but what you do in the next few seconds can either lower the risk or turn the moment into a confrontation. The instinctive response is often to keep going. You don't want the dog to learn that growling works, and backing away can feel like letting him win. But this is not the time to prove a point. Stop reaching, straighten up, and give him room. Don't grab the collar, push his body, lean over him, or punish the growl. If children or other pets are nearby, move them away from the area. Your first job is not to get the bed back. It is to keep a warning from becoming a snap or a bite. Once the pressure drops, the dog may get off by himself. If he already knows a reliable cue and can respond without you moving closer, you can use it calmly. If he doesn't respond, don't turn the cue into another confrontation. You have made the moment safer, but you still do not know why he growled. The bed may matter. Your hand may matter. Being woken up may matter. Standing up may hurt. People often call this resource guarding, and sometimes that description fits. A comfortable bed can be valuable, and a dog may react when someone approaches because he expects to lose it. The problem is that several different situations can look almost identical from across the room. A growl begins, the owner sees a dog on a bed, and the bed gets blamed for everything. Go back to the timing. Did the dog become tense as soon as you walked toward the bed? Did he stay relaxed until your hand reached for the collar? Did the reaction begin only after you touched his shoulder or tried to lift him? A dog who reacts after being startled awake is showing a different pattern than a dog who watches you approach while fully awake and warns before you touch him. Now bring those details back to the owner's next decision. If tension starts when someone simply approaches the bed, management around the resting place moves higher on the list. If it begins with touch or collar handling, the way the dog is being moved matters more. And if the dog also hesitates to stand, jump down, climb stairs, or be touched elsewhere, physical discomfort deserves priority over more training. These patterns still do not diagnose the cause. They tell you whether the next step is mainly to prevent conflict around the bed, change how the dog is asked to move, or arrange a veterinary examination. The safest way to learn that is to notice what happens naturally. Do not keep walking up, touching the dog, and pulling back to see whether he growls again. Write down what happened just before the warning, whether the dog was awake, where your hand was, what his body did, and how quickly he settled after you moved away. A simple record can reveal a pattern that the word aggressive hides. Whatever the cause turns out to be, you still need a practical way to ask the dog to leave the bed. Teach that skill when nobody is tired, irritated, or already in conflict. Start while the dog is awake and relaxed. Stand far enough away that your presence is not creating tension. Use one clear cue, such as off, and guide the behavior without reaching for the collar. You might toss a treat onto the floor at first, then reward the dog again after all 4 feet are down. That food is not payment for growling. You are practicing a separate behavior in a safe setup, hearing a cue, moving away from the bed, and finding something worthwhile on the floor. Give the dog an obvious place to go next, a mat, another bed, or a quiet resting area. Reward him for settling there, so leaving your bed does not always mean losing comfort with no alternative. Practice in easy moments until the movement becomes familiar. Then gradually use the cue from different positions and at different times, without suddenly adding pressure or reaching toward him. If off has usually been followed by someone walking over, raising their voice, and grabbing the collar, the dog may have learned that the word means pressure is coming. Management matters while you train. If the dog cannot be safely asked to leave, prevent access to the bedroom for now, close the door, use a gate, or arrange another sleeping setup before the problem begins. Good management stops that scene from happening over and over. The person approaches, the dog warns, and the next attempt becomes even more tense. A trained exit routine can reduce conflict, but it cannot tell you whether the dog is in pain. Pay particular attention when the growling is new, when an older dog suddenly becomes sensitive to touch or movement, or when the reaction appears alongside stiffness, reluctance to jump, slower movement, limping, trouble standing, or discomfort when touched. In that situation, arrange a veterinary examination. Do not keep testing the sore movement at home, and do not assume obedience training will fix a body that hurts. It is also time to involve a qualified, reward-based behavior professional when the dog snaps, lunges, has bitten, guards several locations, escalates quickly, or lives with children or anyone who may not follow the management plan reliably. Until you have help, use distance, doors, gates, and predictable routines. Avoid cornering the dog or asking family members to practice the difficult situation. Take the growl seriously. If you keep adding pressure, the dog may escalate. For now, it tells you that this way of moving him is not working safely. You do not have to identify the exact cause while you are standing beside the bed. Back away first. Later, the timing of the reaction, the wider pattern, and any signs of physical discomfort can help you choose the next step. The next time it happens, do not try to settle the argument in 5 seconds. Create space, notice what set the warning off, and work on a safer way for the dog to move when everyone is calm.